the last time we looked out the back window, um, a gust of wind came. A gust of wind, like a person, came and was like, woof. Sorry, that was a bug. And they were like, woof. And it scared me to the point I ran from the window. And I ran from the window and I said, Dean, and I went to the front. I said, Dean, my exercising ball, my handball is in the front yard. I started seeing some things that we did not remove because we had it secure. How we had it secure, it should not have moved, which meant something else was moving back there. His weight set was moving back there. And before I knew it, I heard my husband open the door to the back room, to the back porch, because the back porch is an open porch. It's covered, but it's an open porch. And he went outside during this storm, during this time. It's around one something, to bring his weight bench in with the weights, because he said, after I said what I said, the top flew off. And he saw the things flying off, and he was like, he felt like that was going to be dangerous. He didn't want to tell me. He just went out there in his boxers because he wasn't dressed and brought that stuff in. And I'm screaming, coming again. As soon as he opened the door, there was something I've never seen. My husband is a very big man, fit man, and the wind was trying to take him while he was trying to bring the weight set and whatever he can that was left on the porch. And I was like, that's it. That's it. You got to close the door. And he was like, Jackie, get away from the door. I got this. So while I'm screaming and crying, he's placing stuff by the door. I had to go help him. So I'm indoors and I'm moving the weights away from the door because the wind. We didn't have a flood though. We didn't have no floods, right? Because I just felt like the wind was just taking the water up because you felt the water splashing, splashing. And what felt like 2 or 3 minutes, however long, it didn't take him long, but it felt long. And he closed the door. And now the back room is wet up. I'm like trying to find stuff to dry it up because I need order. Because I'm like, we can't be having the stuff out of order if we have to use the back bathroom to run to or the back storage to run to, right? This is all what I'm thinking, right? So he's exhausted, I can tell. And I can also tell that this was something he never experienced, but he never shed it, right? I can tell through his voice he was nervous, or he was shaking. And then he wiped up and he says, I got to go lay down. And I was like, Dean, we got to organize this. So he's like, I got to go lay down. As soon as he went to the front room to go lay down, I was in the storage room pulling out, I was looking for guest towels and stuff, right? As soon as he went to the front room and I was in the storage, I kept hearing, I told him I kept hearing this noise on the back of the ceiling. And I'm like, I wonder if something went on the ceiling because I'm thinking some type of debris must have hit the ceiling. And I'm like, Dean, this doesn't sound right. And he said, I'm going to lay down. He said, it's just the wind. It's just the wind. It's strong out there. As soon as he goes to the front room, and I'm in the storage room, right? So the storage room is in the back of the house, which is the bedroom suite to the house. And our bedroom is up front. So you have to go through the second bedroom, which is a smaller bedroom, and then get to the front of the house. It's a small house, right? But it sounded far because when I went into storage, right, concrete fell from the corner of the house and I saw daylight and I screamed, Dean, I screamed, I said, Dean, the house is falling. And I ran. I said, Dean, the house is falling. We got to get out of here. And my husband ran back, was helping me get some stuff out, but then he had to go put on clothes and he slipped and fell and he got back up. And at that time I knew Um, this was not what he ever experienced. But at that time, when this was happening, in both our heads, we knew that this back room, we was about to lose our roof, right? We felt the crackling. And after the crackling, after we started moving some stuff, I can't even explain everything we did, but I tell you this, I moved a dresser from the back room to put it in the next room in case we had to block the door. I don't know why, but that's what I did. And moved everything out the walkway while he went and grabbed as much as he can out of the storage. I said, bring all the bags out, Dean. They were weatherproof bags, so that was great. And we pulled everything out. Now we hear the roof parts, something coming off of the roof. And that's when we started to see skylight coming through the roof. And at that time, we knew this room was about to be shattered, right? Because now I hear raindrops like a waterfall coming in. It wasn't pouring, it was like waterfall everywhere, right? Then we closed the farm door. It wasn't a, we closed the farm door, it's a sliding door. And we put the dresser up there and we got everything out of that room that we can. So now we're moving, we're trying to figure out. I'm like, Dean, get your bag. My husband didn't pack his bag, but all his stuff is together, right? So he got his bag. He got he got the rest of our documents, the house documents, whatever documents he had in his folder. First thing he grabbed, he got dressed. And then he said, Jackie, get your laptops. And I already had packed my laptops in the drawer. I didn't think to bring my laptops, but he says, get your laptops. And I'm like, well, for what? Where? He said, because if this house come down, we're going in a car. That's the only place. I was like, but we got the top. He's like, if the house comes down, we are going in a car. Because where the car was positioned, nothing was happening to her. And I'm like, what about the porch? And I was like, at least bring the mattress from the middle room to the porch. He's like, for what? And I'm like, to cover our heads, right? We got the bugs. We needed to cover our heads, right? And I actually felt secure to go on a porch if we needed to, even though I didn't want to go out there. But that's the place, next place, because now I didn't feel safe in the house. So we closed the door to the 2 bedrooms, and you can hear water coming in slowly. Nothing major, but we didn't know that. We just knew that we lost the roof and we couldn't go back there, right? And I can't even explain all the chaos that we were going through, but we were still calm because we packed up. We packed up everything I need. I put my boots on. I mean, we packed. We packed. And now my husband's trying to decide, when are we going to go to the car? So mind you, all of this happened, and we looked at the clock when we now are sitting ready to figure out our next move because she was still going, right? It was only 3:30. It's only 3:30, guys, right? All this happened between 1:15. It got met crazy from 1:15 to about 3:30 is when all of this started getting crazy. During this time, I had a experience I've never had before. Stay tuned.